expectations from that conversation that Abdallah had with them after that first round loss to make sure this time it did not go that way again?
Oh, I'm just really excited. I mean, look, again, I don't usually get to see a lot of Splatoon gameplay. It is not my residence as an individual, right? But when it rolls around, it's one of those things that I'm just so excited to get to watch. I'm excited to see these replays. I want to see that 1v2 win again. You see that ambush right there. I mean, this play right here was insane. Flick to the left, playing around. It just, what a play.
As you can see, everything from these DoorDash replays, it just... Well, then they almost got a last-second little bit there with that spot bomb, too, but it wasn't going to be enough. And just how close these games have been so far has been very impressive. Where'd the tails go? It's like, gotta go kind of quick. It's what we're seeing right there. Recording themselves on the screen, and everybody, again, just having some fun. Lyric, from that last game, though, you're talking about how they were kind of shifting away their focus of going for the 1v1s, letting Ash kind of hyper-focus over on the sides, and I believe you were the one that pointed out as well, like NFG's ability to just kind of sneak in and break everybody up, including, granted, they did lose that 2v1 at one point with Bowser, but it feels like they're more coordinated this time on how to handle the surprise tactics of what Orange Team was trying to do in Game 1.
Well, I mean, the whole point is that they did set up that 2v1. I mean, Bowser may have won, but the whole point is that you have that situation set up in the first place. Once you start incorporating those strategies, then it's all about executing it. And look, I mean, you just can't help it when somebody just plays the most insane 5 seconds of Splatoon 3 you've ever seen.
Yeah, and Alex has just been really like a staple for that blue team in that previous game. What do you want to see out of a couple of like, what are the other players, their strengths so far, that you would like to see them maybe try something different to prevent that this third round loss?
Honestly, Splatoon is such a flexible game where if you feel like you're really not that great at the combat, there is nothing wrong with just trying to ink the turf. I think being a team game, there are specialties and weaknesses of every player there. And you know what? Alex is just the 2v1 god. I don't know what to tell you. So just, you know what? Maybe leave the combat up to Alex because he's got half the team in his palm.
We want to see the ace, okay? You got to get the four. you have to now one up that. You have to get the 4-team KO. Like it has to happen. So if the Orange team could just collectively do us a favor, just kind of get all in one spot and let Alex
just let that. One splat bomb land in the middle of them and just go, huh?
It's for the content, okay? You got it, and they are content creators, so you know that they're about the clips, but they're also about winning. They're about the prizes, and they're about trying to get that trophy that's sitting up at the front, just teasing everybody, trying to see, as you can see, it pops up in the camera momentarily there. There is a lot of pride on the line between two players, but that doesn't mean that everybody else isn't trying to get that as well.
I have to say, though, as much as I love Abdallah and Bowser, I would love to see a third person come in there and just, you know, at least poke the championship just a little bit. So you know what? You weren't expecting me, but what if I just were to come in and be in that final game?
I want to see gaming with an E-I-N-G. All right. Well, I believe are we swapping up the teams?
I believe we might be actually doing a team swap. So it looks like we're not going to stay committed to the same ones. We actually might be doing a little bit of a fix here. So once we get that situated, we'll let everybody know. But first, before that, remember, these are points that are on the line. Bowser sitting at the top with that 10. Abdallah right behind with 8. But we're talking about people who are sneaking up there. NFG is also right there too. Nintendo Fangirl performed very well with that banjo, and that hasn't stopped going into Splatoon as well. You see she's right in the middle of the fray on everything as well. And we appreciate crowd hype. That's right. That's what I appreciate. Wait, is that Clipboard? That's not Clipboard.
Is that a production?
I feel like I know who that is.
I'd love to see the crowd get excited, though. Yeah, and look, how could you not get excited when these things happen? I mean, first of all, we've talked about kind of the big players. If they end up on the same team, that's kind of crazy, which may just happen. But I want to give a little focus on one other person that we haven't been giving dues, who also did very well in this Smash round, and that is one Zenigami.
True.
Who you got to remember is also up there on that scoreboard, and one of those players where they're not making the flashy plays, right? You're not going to see them topping the charts or doing the craziest things, but steady presence, always being in the hunt.
For sure. I mean, I gotta say, the teams here are very, very interesting. Abdallah, Bowser, NFG, and Alex all on the same team.
And I think I know why, too. So if you are going to try and help someone get through because now a 1-to-1 has happened, right? So technically you have a nullified point situation. But if Abdallah and Bowser lose here, that's a lot of points that are going to the other players who are currently facing elimination, and that can make a big difference. We're going to move into game number 3 right now. We got the pink and the green. Bowser and Alex wasting no time to start setting up on the other side. Meanwhile, the green team just choosing to get right in the middle of everything.
And again, I like to see the aggression in a game like Splatoon. I like seeing people get right in there, but starting off immediately with the 2v1 and Abdallah going to come in and clean up that first splat. Him and NFG are on a warpath immediately into the green team's base.
I'm loving the way that they just kind of teamed up and they were like, you know what, let's just go get him. That'll just work the best here. But now here we go. We're seeing our first kind of splats here as the Frisk is unfortunately going to go down. So it looks like Pink Team is going to get a lot of mileage for this as we're already seeing the danger flash on the green team side.
Yeah, the pink team has been doing phenomenal so far. They've just been doubling up and they're right in the base, and that's going to get you caught for that. Nintendo Fangirl overextending a little bit, but they kind of make them stop. So even though you're so focused on Nintendo Fangirl over the corner, everybody else is just controlling the turf now.
Well, and I think that play was so beautiful because you thought it was a 1v1 for so long, and then suddenly a second squid pops up next to the other one, and he saw that Bowser didn't have time to react to run away. He realized, oh, 2v1, I need to leave, but he didn't even have time. Just got absolutely splatted immediately. Now we see Abdallah trying to take down Frisk, but can't take down that high ground green team. Starting to find their way back in this.
Yeah, I love the way also that we're kind of rotating around the cubes in the center, right? A lot of people are prioritizing the low ground versus the high ground here, and Bowser just so confident. It looks like green team, though, just trying to get a little bit more safety before heading off there. That's a lot of pink there.
Yeah, I was going to say, you got to be very careful for diving right in the middle of that. You go a lot slower, like you said, in that pink, and in the middle of that, two people were coordinated again. The pink team is constantly working together. There's Bowser, there's Abdallah, everybody just floating near each other. Meanwhile, Nintendo Fangirl taking full advantage of that and getting so much coverage up center again.
Oh, I like the use of the splat bomb right there to just kind of flush out one in that 2v1, trying to isolate it, but not able to win it out. Here is a little ambush here, though. Ash goes down, courtesy of the pink team. Again, you see them setting up those 2v1s, and you see another one set up in the corner right there on the other side of the map. They had two 2v1s set up at the same time.
I'm loving the way that Alex is also playing extremely well. We saw this a little bit earlier of just finding these random splats here, and look at the coverage on Pink's side, recognizing, you know what, I have a little bit of time. Nintendo Fangirl really making her mark.
Well, this is your time to move to the green team. You got 30 seconds left on the clock. Ash is currently going to get kind of cornered by, and they're just going right into their base again. And meanwhile, here it goes again. Sitting on, there's going to be 2 KOs. They're just covering the green team's base. Green team can't do anything. Bowser just getting full control. Alex is over there as well. Abdallah has joined him. Only 10 seconds left.
That was just a flex from Alex, too. You saw the movement as well. We talked about verticality. You got to remember to look up. Zenigami and Ash both go down, courtesy of the pink team. They're looking for one more along the way, but down goes one. Green team gets a little bit more on the board, but pink team just looked in control.
Oh my goodness.
Which team do you guys think won?
I'm going to take a wild guess here, and I'm going to say it was blue. I think blue did fantastic.
Yeah, you can see on the corner on the outside ring of the map, didn't even cover it at all.
Yeah, in some weird universe, like if you combine the colors together, you get it. But that team feeling blue indeed, because the green team getting completely controlled. They were getting Swan Kim. They couldn't get out.
And that's pretty much just the dominance and the control that Abdallah, Bowser, and Nintendo Fangirl were all able to put together. So the top 3 who were potentially going to move